Hello everyone, and welcome back to Vlada's Place. If you have kids, there's a very good chance that they love chicken nuggets. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make something even better than chicken nuggets. We'll be making chicken schnitzel. This is the most basic recipe for chicken schnitzel and one of the easiest ways to make them. Our recipe calls for 4 pieces of chicken breast. So I'm just cutting off the excess of fat, just these little pieces here, and then we will slice the chicken breast into 3 thin slices. This is about the thickness of a slice, and obviously the top piece might be a little bit thicker than the next one, but in any case this is an average thickness of a schnitzel that you will need for this recipe. So here we have a mixture of salt, pepper and garlic. There's a teaspoon of each, and I'm just gonna sprinkle this on the meat, season it a little bit, and then we're gonna go to the next layer. Okay, so all the salt, pepper, and garlic that's left in here, I'm going to now add to the eggs. And in addition to that, I'm going to add some herbs. About a teaspoon of dry oregano and about a teaspoon of dry basil. So if you are into gardening and if you grow your own herbs, and if you follow me on YouTube, you will see that I have a video on how to dry herbs at home and how to store them throughout the winter time. So just check out the Vlada's Plate / how to dry herbs, and we'll show you how you too, if you are growing herbs, can have the abundance of dried herbs throughout the year. So basically, when I was a kid, my mom would always pound the chicken breast because the chickens that we raised were tough chickens. They were free range and their meat was not as tender as the meat that we buy in stores today. And for that reason, I no longer pound on my meat to tenderize it. What I do, I just cut it nice and thin. And so now that we have this done, and I should just say that if you feel like tenderizing your meat further, pounding it a little bit would help, but just don't go too thin. And I'm just going to go back and forth to get the spices on both sides. And we'll put the meat in flour. Like this, you kind of want a flour to stick to the meat. Shake off the excess and dip it in eggs. Just give it a minute, I mean not even a minute, just a few seconds for flour to absorb some of the egg mixture. And then after that, we're going to breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs, you just want to basically cover it really well. By the way, using a deeper dish will be much easier because what you can do, you can just flip it and you will make a lot less mess. But I'm using shallow dishes so that I can show you more of what I'm doing. So once you have this little steak ready, just set it aside and repeat the process. One great thing about this recipe is that you can prepare it in advance. Let it sit in the fridge until you are ready to prepare the dinner. This is one of my son's favorite dishes, and I'm making it today because it's his birthday. In addition to chicken schnitzel, I'm also making this homemade cheesecake, which we will top with peach topping. Our birthday cake will be plasma torta. This is everyone's absolute favorite cake. And both recipes, a recipe for the homemade cheesecake and for plasma torta, are available on our YouTube channel under Vlada's Place. Please let me know if you have any questions in regard to either, and I would be glad to assist. Now that we're done with breading the chicken, it's time to fry it. For that, you're going to need about 1.5 cups of oil, medium fire, and the goal here is to make the chicken very tender and moist inside and crispy outside. Golden brown color is obviously a big plus, so make sure that you don't overcook your chicken. A dish like this is served with plenty of fresh lemon. So in addition to lemon juice, I also like to serve it with our virgin coleslaw, which is made with vinegar and olive oil. This recipe is available on YouTube, so just check it out, and trust me, you and your kids will love it.
That looks good enough to eat.
A food like this must be shared with friends and family, and trust me, you will have enough. A perfect meal on such a beautiful day. I hope you like this recipe, and I hope you will make it soon for you and your family, because you and your kids are worth it. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. My name is Vlada Vladic, and I'm a founder of a charitable organization called Vlada Seeds of Life, whose mission is to help reconnect American families and communities. I hope to see you again soon, and until then, I hope you will send us your likes and subscribe.